Alright, so this video will cover 1.5, ratios, rates, and conversions. We already know what a ratio is. It's a fraction, comparison of two quantities. We talk about rates in class. Rates is also a fraction, but it has units involved, 2 units. And conversions is we want to convert certain rate to another kind of rate, okay? So we're going to be converting rates. I am going to do problems 4, 12, 17, and 18 on your worksheet 1.5, just to make sure you're doing it right. So let's go ahead and get started. Take a look at problem number 4 first. Number 4 here says, convert the given amount to the given unit. So they give us an initial amount, and they want us to convert to another type of unit. So number 4 is 12 meters to centimeters. So let me start right here. Number 4 is 12 meters. They want us to convert it to centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to always use my little conversion chart over here. It gives me all the information I need to know. You should all have one of these. Okay, my method of doing this and organizing my thoughts is always I put a fraction bar, long fraction bar. My very first fraction, I'm going to separate, isolate it, is going to be my 12 meters. Because that's what I want to start with. 12 meters over 1, that's my very first fraction. If you look at it, it's just a fraction. I am trying to convert from meters to centimeters. My fraction bar is long because I don't know how many conversion factors I will need. So I want to cancel my meter unit, so I put my meter units down here. Now I need to go look at my conversion table over here and find something about meter, hopefully something about meter and centimeters together. I always start from the bottom over here. I'm talking about length. Meters and centimeters are some sort of, it's a length. So I'm going to look over here and I say 1 meter is 3.28 feet. There's nothing wrong with starting with that, but let me see if there's something better than that. The only thing about meter here is we have 1 inch about centimeters, but that's not what I have. I have meters, so that does not help me. I can come up here and look about length, see if there's anything about meters. And then I also look one more place. All the places that has to do with length, I will look for some sort of information about meters and centimeters. I found something right here. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. I am definitely going to use that. Okay, so 1 meter, it is 100 centimeters. So we're talking about length. I looked at all 3 places that is talking about length, okay? And I found something. So there we go. My units of meters will cancel. This meters with this meters right here will cancel. And the only thing I have left over now is my units of centimeters. That's exactly what I wanted. Now on the top, we multiply 12 times 100 centimeters. On the bottom we multiply 1 times 1, which is just 1, but I will put it there, 1 times 1. And this is going to equal 12 times 100 is 1,200 centimeters divided by 1. I really don't need to show it divide by 1. Okay? So that's how I went from 12 meters to centimeters. That was a really easy problem. So let's go ahead and move to the next one. I said was number 12. Okay? Number 12. Okay, so take a look at number 12 on your homework sheet. It says 9 gallons per second. So now I have a fraction. Before I only had meters. You could say meters over 1. That's why I put it 1. But now I have gallons over 1 second. And I want to convert this fraction, this kind of ratio, into quarters per minute. Okay, quarts, not quarters, I'm sorry. Quarts per minute. Okay, so here's my fraction bar. I don't know how long I need. I'm going to start with my first fraction, 9 gallons. I'm going to just abbreviate to GL. Gallons per second, I'm just going to abbreviate to S. Somehow I want to end up with quarts and minute. Minutes on the bottom, quarts on the top. So we use our little, we're dealing with liquid. This is not length, this is liquid. Quarts and gallons are measuring liquids. So I'm going to go to volumes. I'm not going to look at length. I'm going to look at volumes. 1 gallon, I want gallon on the bottom. So I'm going to put GL here on the bottom because I want the gallons to cancel each other. And I look over here and I see 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. I want to end up with quarts. Let me see if there's other useful information about volume. Here we go. I come back to this volume over here. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. There we go. I already found my information. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. So there we go. Sometimes it takes more than one conversion factor. Sometimes it only takes one conversion factor. And a conversion factor is the fraction we used to be able to switch it from one unit to another. So over here on my problem number 4, I only used one conversion factor, was this information right here. On problem number 12, again, all I needed was one conversion factor, so that's all it took me. Okay, so my gallons will cancel each other, and I end up with quarts. But then I have my seconds. I need to get rid of seconds. I want to end up with minutes on the bottom. So I'm going to use one more conversion factor. I'm going to make room for one more fraction right here. And what do we know about seconds and minutes? So I know that 60 seconds, I have to start, seconds has to be on top, okay? Because they want to cancel. They only cancel if they are diagonal. I know 60 seconds is 1 minute, okay? So now I am able to cancel my seconds. The second with the second will cancel. Just like the gallons cancel each other because they are diagonal, the seconds also cancel because they are diagonal. And now I end up with minutes, exactly what I wanted to have it on the bottom. Okay? So now all I have to do is multiply it out. Okay? So it's going to be 9 times 4 times 60, and the units that survive on the top is my quarts. On the bottom we have nothing here. 1 times 1 minute. So 1 times 1, and I have my minute. So there we go. I end up with exactly what I wanted to end up with is my quarts per minute. Notice we used 2 conversion factor. There's 1 and there's 1. We used 2 conversion factors to be able to go from gallons per second all the way to quarts per minute. So now all you have to do is multiply it out. Okay? So you have 9 times 4 is 36 times 60. Let me grab a calculator here really quick so we can do this nicely. We have 36 times 60, 36 times 60, and we have 2,160 quarts per the fraction bar. I'm going to shorten it to just show my minute. Okay? If you want to show the whole thing, 2,160 quarts over 1 minute. That is definitely not incorrect, but it's just not as nice as just showing 2,160 quarts per minute. Okay? Either way, they're correct. All right? Either answer are correct. Okay? Then I said we would also do number 17. Number 17 is, let's look over here. We have 5 minutes per, that's not minutes, that is miles. Okay, let me fix that. Let me start all over again, fresh here, and you know what? Let's start a new page. Number 17, we have 5 miles per second. Okay, and we want to convert to feet per second. All right. So the nice thing is I'm going from seconds to seconds on the denominator, so I don't need to worry about. I just have to go from meters to feet. By the way, it's meters, not miles. I always get confused. M by itself, it's meters. MI is miles, and MIN is minutes. So I apologize if I say the wrong word. Hopefully I'll catch my mistake right away. So there you go. I'm going from meters to feet. All right, so let's do our long fraction bar. We don't know how many conversion factors we'll need. I'm going to put 5 meters on the top, seconds on the bottom. I want the meters to disappear, so I'm going to put meters over here. And I'm going to see if I can find some information about meters and feet. So let's take a look at it. So it's a length. It's not a liquid, it's a length. I see over here 1 meter is 3.28 feet. So 1 meter is 3.28 feet. I don't need to cancel out seconds. I actually want the seconds to stay here on the bottom. So we're pretty much done. The meters will cancel. I was going to call miles again. The meters will cancel. The only thing we have left over on the top is exactly what we want, feet. And on the bottom is second. Okay? So this is going to be 5 times 3.28 feet. And on the bottom is just 1 times the second is just a second. Okay? So let's go ahead here and let's do 5 times 3.28. That equals 16.4 feet divided by 1 second. Okay? 1 second if you want to write it, or you can just write 16.4 feet per second. Okay? The bell rung, so I better get ready to welcome the rest of my class. Hopefully this helps you. Good luck.